Guys, welcome to Tuesday advanced class. Sorry, Tuesday Q&A class. Today we are also having a secondary class up ahead. Also, a quick notice: we were talking about many fun things before the actual recording. So if you don't want to miss those things, come join us live. We always have a fun time right before the show. Other than that, I'm gonna be taking a vacation starting on this Thursday. It's gonna be Thursday from Tuesday to Thursday, so starting on the 9th and ending on the 16th. Most likely the recordings are not gonna happen, but if Alex is so kind, he's gonna be covering for me.
Absolutely. I'll be here. I'll be here running you guys through the charts as normal, doing your requests and all that fun stuff.
Awesome, awesome. Oh man, oh yeah, I still have some. Nice. Cheers, cheers.
They're just going to have to put up with me for an hour. Good luck.
Oh man, making money. That's
That's
not.
it. Maybe we do some live trading. We'll see. Maybe I'll spoil you guys.
Oh, look at that, man. You make me jealous. Let's change my background to none. There we go. Perfect. So, how did
Well,
Trudeau went today? How did that happen? How is it things
okay,
feeling and,
so
and playing out?
pretty awesome actually. Why awesome? I'm looking for a long right now. Jumping into the charts, key areas, key resistance, and I think Lucky Deal is part of my Discord, but for me, I have to apologize. I gave the short setup from here at 6:25. So I have to apologize because I was off by I think I was off by $75. I apologize for
Unacceptable, my
for
friend.
not being unacceptable, right?
Unacceptable.
I apologize for giving the trade setup a little bit, maybe I was I was maybe I was a little bit too not accurate. But yeah, so this was the idea yesterday. So I want to go over that and just what are we looking for on the charts? How do we get into trades like that? How do we identify the sweep of that highs? Why did I have an area up here for a resistance level, right? And using chart prime to really find these areas is the key, right? Is the key. Is that if you can identify these key areas first, that you can have more confidence taking the trades. So when we zoom out here, okay, we want to zoom out always. And what we're looking for is a mitigation of this high over here, right? So you can simply see there is liquidity. So if you use your liquidity indicators here, over here on your Dynamics Pro, it'll typically give you a liquidity up top, right? And then it'll have positive or negative delta, suggesting a bounce or suggesting a retracement and then a continuation, okay? So negative delta suggests that we get a rejection from here. If it was positive delta, maybe a little bit rejection and continuation. Correct, OC? I believe that's the way.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's your delta here. You can see bearish liquidity, right? So we had a liquidity zone up in this area here. Okay, not to mention, we were talking about this yesterday as well, is that this is a confluence area. Why is that? Because at this high here, within this high here, there was an order block. Also within this high here, there was a golden pocket. Okay, so we look at all this confluence, maximum confluence pointing in one direction. Well, that's nice, but Alex Crypto, this is a big 0.5% area. So how do we get into this area and justify a stop loss, right? That is the question. So obviously, you know me, short-term time frames is my favorite, which can turn into short or long-term trades. Okay, so when looking at this, we want to see an established high. That is first and foremost, we want to see an established high. So that is this one here, right? And I was able to give the signal once we got to about here. Why is that? Because I knew that we had an established high. Okay, we had come up, we had come down, we put in a significant low and another low, right? So I can look for continuation up, right? Because this is an uptrend, right? Everybody's super bullish in an environment such as this. However, what did we start to do? So we started to do a pennant. Okay. So you have a lot of options with a pennant. That's the problem with a pennant is that for me, I would have liked to see this earlier. We did get the perfect sweep. But what I'm looking for is not only do I have this area, but I'm looking for a sweep of this high. Okay. So I want to see a mitigation of the high with a strong rejection. Okay. You don't necessarily need to get short right here. A lot of the time, you'll even get a third opportunity to get short again. Okay. On anything like this, you didn't really get that here. You just got rollover. Okay. But in this situation, as soon as you sweep the high, you can be looking for a lower high. So you would be looking generally, let me zoom out here. You'd be looking generally for a mitigation of these lows in here, right? So you swept, you broke structure. Now you're just looking for any sort of higher low or lower high, I apologize, lower high to get short, right? Justifiably putting your stop loss above this, right? And you're just looking for this. And you're looking for the Bart Simpson pattern all the way back down. Very simple, right? Very simple trading strategy. Okay. You could be like me and looking for this, which I was. Okay. I did not take this trade because it was 7 o'clock at night. For me, this is not a trade. And it didn't dump until 6 a.m. Okay. So this is too much time for me to wait. But this was the trade setup that I gave in advance. And this is definitely how you look to trade these kind of things. Now, with the pennant, right? When I showed you the pennant here, so let's draw the pennant. There's your pennant like this and like this. So we go from lows to highs here. This was a little bit more tight here along these lows. So there's a decision to be made within a pennant, right? Typically, you wait till you have 30% left of the pennant. So you want to wait until, if you're dividing this in thirds, right? So you got 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. You're waiting for this area of the pennant for the decision of the pennant. That's going to allow you to make a decision, right? So you have options here. So you have the fake out, which I showed you guys there. You have the ugly pole trade that I absolutely despise, but it does work. Okay. You have the fake out to the downside, bullish divergence, continuation trade. Okay. You have the fake out to the downside, retest, continue down. Okay. So you have so many options within here that you don't really want to press buy or sell within the pennant. You don't want to press buy or sell in the pennant. You want to wait for the price to tell you what it's going to do. Okay. So remember the options I gave you. You have the continuation, the breakout continuation. So you're looking for a breakout retest continuation trade. Okay. You have the fake out in either direction, the fake out, right? Bullish divergence continuation, fake out, rejection, continuation. Okay. Then you also have the situation where you can just consolidate and consolidate and consolidate, and then eventually you just fall off a cliff in either direction. Okay. So there's too many options in something like this, and everybody and their brother and sister is drawing it like this, and they're looking for this. Okay. To me, it's kind of lazy trading. So you wait, right? And you wait and you say, hey, Alex says if we sweep this low and we failure to continue, right? So where's the failure to continue? That is retesting and continuing, right? That would have been a retest continuation. But no, we mitigated the high with a sweep. This swept the highs into our key level from our left confluence, right? And then giving us that beautiful rejection. Now you can look for bearish divergence in here as well, right? So if their oscillator, maybe on a 15-minute, let's see what the 15-minute tells us on our oscillator as well. Okay, so we got a high and we have a bearish divergence here, right? A top here, but we do have that clipping bearish divergence. So this is suggesting a short from here. That would be my trade setup idea, but you see money flows very thick here and you don't have really a topping. You can see the topping really started here. That's why this top part is very useful, because it's showing you, hey, that's probably the top there, right? So you see that sweep and that continuation down, right? So that's literally the trade setup there. Now, what did I trade today? Now, I shared this on my trading journal video that will go out at 3:00. So I do a trading journal every day now. So this was my trading day where we started our trading day. So for going from here into where we are right now, we had jobs or jolts or ISM. We had jobs data coming out today, right at 10. So for me, I took a long right here for $125 in my trading day today. So I took a long from there. I'm trying to find it here because I have since made much more money than that after the fact, but I took a long here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, screenshot that. But I made $125 here. And what is the lesson here that I have to share, right? Like why am I saying, "Hey, I made $123 here," right? And that's that long off that swing failure pattern. And I took this on the live stream. So what happened is let's go into the 1 minute now. Total degenerate. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute. But you need if you're scalping and you're trying to take advantage of price action. For me, we are below VWAP, as you can see in here. I'm looking to take a scalp from a swing failure pattern, bullish divergence, which would be from here to here. Right. So I got long right here and I got out right here. Okay. So looking for the bull div continuation pattern up to VWAP, right? And for me, you guys know me, I'm looking for that 1%, right? So I go in here, I'm looking for that 0.3, which was very easily done. And that 1% back up to VWAP. If I measure that out, that's a perfect little trade set up for me in the morning. Okay, looking just for a retrace, possibly if we do continue downwards, looking for the rejection from there. What do we get? So into our 1 minute here. So I get long here on the live stream, and we get the bounce in the continuation here, right? We push up, but what happens here? What does price action tell me? It shows me weakness. Okay, what is the weakness? That even though we have done, and whenever I see a bullish divergence, right, and a push up, right, and that bull div was, I believe, on the 12 minute. So this is a decent bull div coming in here with a lower low and a higher low, I believe, right? So I was looking right here. This would have been a higher low over the candle here. So we would have had a bullish divergence if this had followed through, right? If this followed through, we would have had a bullish divergence in here, right? But we rolled over. Okay, so failure to continue, right? Failure to continue is what I'm trying to show you here, right? So what happened here is bullish divergence, but we did not push above this candle. Whenever I see something like this, I need to see strength in the move because I'm looking for a reversal trade. I'm not looking for a continuation trade, which you don't need to see strength. You just want it to continue to go the direction it's going. But if I'm going the opposite direction, I need it to mitigate the high here. I need it to get above here. Then I can look for this to continue. Okay, but it didn't do that. So I hit take profit 1. And as soon as it started to roll over here without taking the high, I closed that trade. I was like, no bueno. Okay, no bueno. I ain't going to play here. Close right away, right? And look what happened after, right? So this is what I mean about protecting yourself. Look at the protection. You know what I mean? This is a doubled up protection trade, like making sure, you don't have any babies. That's super protection, right? So looking at this here, you can see that big rollover obviously would have not wrecked me because I used risk management, but a big loss, right? A full loss. Instead of that, we came away with a quick $1, $2, $300, and then I've scalped this 3 times now and I've made more money. But this is how I was able to not only protect my risk, but identify weakness, no strength, no push through, and take some money without getting absolutely demolished. It's okay if you're unsure about your trade, close it and take another trade. It's always a better idea to close it, take half a loss even. Like if you're in a long here and it's starting to go against you, right? Like if you get long here and then it starts to go here and you you're not sure, it's better to take a loss here than to take a loss here. I'll tell you that much, and re-enter. Okay. Don't hit that reversal button, whatever you do. Please. Never hit that reversal button on your exchange. Too much fees, craziness. Okay. Never hit that reversal button. But that's the lesson now. Now we've come down to our golden pocket of this short range. We have swept the lows here, creating a bullish divergence. I'm looking to get long. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for this thing to bounce. Okay. Yes, we have liquidity down below. We have a whole bunch of levels that I am interested in. Right now we're in this sort of local golden pocket that I was looking at before. And we are hitting off like a value area of this range. I tell you this, I do not want to see acceptance back into here. Okay, I do not want to see it. I want to see us go. Okay, if we're going to go, we got to go now. If we don't go now, right, we're coming back down to the lows of the range, 92,000. If we fail to hold here and not bounce, we're coming back here. That's what I would say. Right? So be prepared. I'm looking for a bounce. If we get the bounce, great. I'll look to jump on a trend more than anything, though. I'm not looking to long just now. If we get a higher low, then I can look to take this back up to some of the liquidity above us. And that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Throwing it back to you, OC. Maybe you can do some work today, considering you're taking such a long vacation.
FOMO.
Oh, man.
Let's FOMO in, guys. Just kidding. Oh, man. Let's do it. All right. I think that was a fantastic analysis. Oops, somebody's calling me. Yep, not getting you. So, bye-bye. Sorry about that. Usually, I don't know. I don't like to answer calls, especially when they're in red. All right, let's take a look at what I do have. But I mean, man, this is just playing out fantastic. Just like you mentioned. I mean, I am seeing that possible reversal. I mean, I do agree with you. We still want to look for that confirmation, so on and so forth. Something that I've been looking at, and just to twist things around, it is Disney. Disney is, to me, looking very, very bullish, especially on the daily. So I don't know about you. I hate Disney. I wish them the worst because of the path that they've chosen. But if they can make money, I gladly buy and sell that thing. I mean, I do not discriminate it at all. So let me share my screen really quick. And by the way, that is just my opinion. If you love Disney, good for you. We're not debating that. I just wanted to push that out of the way. All right. Let's go. Let me get started with Disney, and also I'm gonna be touching on uranium. So be prepared, Alex.
Oh,
So there you go.
no.
Too bad of a joke there. I know. Let's take a look at here. So Walt Disney here on the daily. I do see a couple of indications of a reversal. Still not there yet. You can see it much more clear here. I mean, we have broken through that dynamic reactor. Beautiful break of the dynamic reactor. Also, I want to follow up on Alex's strategy. Basically, just drawing a trend line here. Look at that beautiful. I would say a stiletto. Is this a stiletto? Stiletto pattern with that little.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. For me, it's a breakout retest, and off we go. Right. So let me clear that up. Nonetheless, we have seen that coming. I was also just looking for this area to be broken. It broke for a couple of days. I did actually ignore it. Why? Because we were topping up. Right. And if we zoom out, guys, that's why it's so important to zoom out. All right. Because we see the overall pattern here. Right. And this is crazy important, guys. I know, like, many of you guys love to trade like this. Right. So, like, looking at that very chunky, well-defined candle, right? Like, if this last candle will tell you all about trading, right? But guys, I mean, look at how the rest of all trade, right? We don't trade like this. We trade farther back ahead. Hey, what's up, TSAC? How's it going, brother? Shout out to TSAC, the best dev in the world. Best DA master in the whole industry. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Shout out to the best dev in the world, my friend. By the way, guys, if you don't know, this is the guy. This is the genius behind the indicators. So just zoom out here, guys. Look at the structure, right? And you'll see that you most likely don't need to see those chunky candles. Do they look amazing? Absolutely. Do they look like fantastic? Absolutely. But look at this. Like, if I wouldn't zoom out, I wouldn't see, look at this pattern going up, right? And then going back down into what it looks to be a bullish flag. It's not confirmed yet. Look at that very weak breakout. That's the only thing that I'm not liking at all, right? But I also need to understand that this breakout might have not volume involved. Why is that? Because we are the ribbon, it is below the zero line, which indicates me I have no momentum. Remember, momentum is a combination between volume and money flow or speed. All right, so at this point I do see the Magnificent Seven, or the True Seven, pushing upwards, and also the ribbon turning green. So that is giving me hope. I would say that we could be having a little flop, maybe a sweep of the lows, and then that beautiful stiletto pattern that we could be that we learned with Alex at Crypto, and then finally breaking through. You'll see that I have an alerting here, right? This alert at 115.32 is gonna be for me to let me know that the market, it is breaking to the upside, and then I could be reassessing what's happening here. Either are we gonna be flipping back down and bursting through, or are we just continuing and then I need to long that same candle. All right. Nonetheless, keep an eye on it. Let me get started with my indicators here. Let's also add support and resistances. And look at that. Beautiful. It's not about the breakout, right? It's about your retest. Where did we retest it? We retest right on a support area. So look at that. We have a support. We bounce from a liquidity zone, going back to support, previous weekly low, previous weekly high, right? And then most likely or most probable off we go. So that's what I'm expecting here. Remember that we can have one last sweep of the lows if everything goes well. And also look at this beautiful trend line that we have automatically placed by Chart Prime here. Look at that. So that also ends up with that support area at the sweep of the lows after that breakout. So looking at Walt Disney, another one that we gave the entry. It was on, let me see if I hide it. No, it was an OM. If I'm not mistaken, our long entry was right here. And I said, all right, we should be waiting for. It never went down to my entry point. So I did not take that entry. I mean, that is a bummer because it actually went right to that spot that we were expecting. Nonetheless, we see it coming back down. Am I gonna be taking that long again? Not just yet. I first need to see Bitcoin to start reacting and then start looking for the altcoins here. Let me just remove everything that I have on screen, and you'll see that we have the dynamic reactor coming strong, but also we are losing that zero line. If this last candle on the 4-hour pierces through, most likely we're going to be going down. Look at that. We already have another trend line here, which is not that, it's not that positive to say the least. All right, let's bring up a couple of other indicators to see if we have anything that would stop us from falling that far off or far down. And you know what? I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. Let's just see if we can hold with this soft order block. It used to be a hard order block, but we've been grabbing some liquidity out of it, right? And we can see that liquidity grab out of this candle. Look at that candle, that beautiful candle. I would love to see a green push through. That will tell me that this is a liquidity bounce, right? Or an absorption zone like this one, 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 and maybe we can start longing it. But so far, it's not looking like it because we still have some room to go, right? Let me also show you how do I predict that. So basically, I look for where my reversals that played out are at, right? And look at that. I'm not there yet. I'm not even there yet. 1, 2 more candles. Maybe I could be looking for a reversal here. If I do like this and I start breaking through the dynamic reactor and I close above dynamic reactor, that will be my signal to then get on the trade, right? And then off we go. But so far, we are looking bearish. Are we bearish or bullish at the moment? We are bullish, but in a bearish movement, we could be losing that dynamic reactor. Still not for sure, because we do have a soft order block, dynamic reactor, and a, come on, where's my, there we go. And a big, look at that, golden predictive range line here, right? So this is something important to consider. That's why I'm also explaining you guys that we could have that sweep of the lows and then come back up. But if we break back above the dynamic reactor, I think we're in for a treat and we could be going farther up. But still, we're not there yet. We still have the whole week to go, guys. Well, you guys, because I'm going on vacation. Yay. No, just kidding. I'll try to make it to the classes. But other than that, I might be just jumping in, copy trading you guys, and then jumping back out, like with Alex at Crypto here. I think it's going to be easy just to make money in here. So let's see what else I got in here. Ethereum, we were talking about it yesterday, right? We were looking at the previous pattern here. What was the previous pattern here? It was a range. Why am I not seeing it again? But whatever. It was something like this. Oh, the brush, I just run out of space here. All right. And we had the bull movement here, the flaggy here, a fake out, a range up, and as we are used to, a range up breakout, right? Usually ranging up tends to break to the downside, all right? But we had a bullish momentum. We did not have this bearish, it's not a trend line, but divergence right there. So I was telling you guys, if for any reason we break to the upside, I will be waiting for the retest. And after that retest, that's what I consider entering. But plan A was going to the dynamic reactor. Something to note is that we pierced through dynamic reactor and we closed below. But remember what I just did on OM, right? Let's see, where do I have those reversals that played out, that reversal that did played out, that reversal that played out, this reversal that did played out, this reversal that also played out. You see that? Reversal, reversal, reversal. And are we there yet? Yes, we are. So this is giving me a bunch of hope. Guys, full transparency. Most likely, at the end of the class, I'm going to be scooping some Ethereum for myself, all right? It's going to be a spot entry here. This is going to be entry number 1 on spot for me. And look at that. We have a beautiful trend line coming up in here. We have range, V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than the previous range. 70% chances of ranging, and ranging we did. Breakout, retest, and guys, I don't know what else I could be asking out of Ethereum, all right? The only one who I'm going to be asking things from is going to be Bitcoin, not Ethereum. Ethereum is just doing, just following the freaking book, right? Bitcoin needs to get their shit together and start pushing forward again. So Ethereum can start blowing up once again. So let's just do a quick recap on this one. This is what we were expecting. It exactly happened like that. Dynamic reactor did not hold to shame. A little bit of a quick reminder. When you see the thickness or increased thickness, most likely we're going to hold. That's why you're going to be seeing those kind of very big wicks. It is required a ton of power to pass through it, right? But when the dynamic reactor is very, very thin, it's easier to break, right? And yes, it still needs a big push through. So that's why we're looking for big body candles to break through. So let me ask you a question just to wrap this up. Did we have, and this is going to be a little bit counter indication of what I just mentioned, but did we had a big push through that dynamic reactor? Yes, we did. So is that a confirmed breakout? Yes, it is. So then why am I buying? I'm buying because of the amount of confidence that I got here, and also because it is a thin dynamic reactor, which means I can still break back above. I can still do this, right? So remember, this is going to be spot. This is not going to be leveraged. Why? Because of the risk involved here. I'm planning to do 3 entries. So this is going to be one out of 3 entries that I'm going to be pushing through here. Each entry equals 3% of my wallet. All right. It's going to be DCA. So if we're talking about DCA, let's go for a walk in here and see how far could we go. And look at how many bullish liquidity areas we have, right? So I have this one, this one, this one, and not this one, but let's just ignore it. I mean, with the amount of bullishness that I have here, I don't think this one's going to matter unless we start breaking through those, all right? But we'll have that notification. So let me just clear this up once again, and let's figure out which is the best case scenario for the bounce to play it out. So first of all, let's remember that for market to bounce or for market manipulation, we need two things: either big volume, low disparity, or low volume, low disparity, right? What we want to see, or what we're seeing here, is outstanding volume. Hey guys, finally, I'm not gonna go ahead. I got a question for you guys. Big volume usually indicates who's acting there: retail or smart money? Retail, right? We all are pushing a little bit, and all together, smart retail. Lucky deal, you got it. I mean, you are 2 steps ahead of me, but yes, you got it. This is retail. Why? Because it's smart money. They're not looking to spend a lot. They want to maximize their investments, right? So for example, let me show you: small volume, small disparity, but still areas of big, huge freaking reaction. All right. This is smart money: low volume, low disparity, areas of freaking huge reaction. This is pumps created by smart money. All right. The difference, it is usually we see big volume. We usually see big volume, big disparity, or even small volume, but big disparity. Usually in that case, we're talking about not too smart money, retail money, which everybody's just fighting against each other. But in rare cases, very rare cases, we can see what I'd love to see, and this really brings my belief on crypto, on crypto bros once again, right? It is all of us, not smart money, retail money, and almost no disparity. Man, this is like one of those Christmas movies when everybody just turned at each other and they said, you know, guys, let's just buy now, right? And boom, we bought it. Nice. All right, nice. So this is, you guys, you get me so nervous and excited. All right. So this is an area, very rare area, right? Where retail got together and have low disparity. We all worked together to make that pump. This pump was retail, all right? And then who's taking the dump? Also retail. So whatever, still, great while it lasted. But this area makes it very important. Not only that, we also have this beautiful line, which is the money flow POC. And we also have this arrow right here. So let's just start drawing less spaghetti, more architectural stuff, right? Oh, come on. It wasn't that one. It was the vanishing point, right? So here is my box of possible entry, and I'm seeing a reversal here. Why? Look at that low disparity, somewhat middle volume. So this is a combination between retail / smart money, right? So this is a mixture. So this is why I'm going to be buying here. We just hit it and we're bouncing from it. Can we still go farther down here? Yes, absolutely. This is going to be my next buy. No, I'm going to be aiming for the overshoot right here. So my next entry is going to be at the overshoot at 3,200-ish. So I'm going to be placing my alert as we're breaking through down, right? this beautiful area. Why? So I have enough time to run to my PC, to grab my cell phone and execute a buy. I already have a distributed. I already have moved from USDT to USDC, what I'm gonna be doing for a spot. And why is that? Because on my broker, I cannot do separate entries. If I do a same entry, same coin, same pair, it adds to it, right? And at this point, I'm separating the two. My holdings, which is gonna be a holding entry, against or an other account or other pair, my trading entries. So just so you know, this is Ethereum. I have gone over a a longer time. It's time for me to do Bitcoin. I want to go into what we were talking about yesterday, and also Alex mentioned this. It really got me excited because he's doing Wyckoff. Welcome to the dark side, my friend. You dominate this. I know you do, of course. So we have the little range, right? The same range that I was talking about taking profits. V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than the previous range, and 70% chances of ranging. Ranging, we freaking did, right? And then what happens? LPS area, big area of breakout, right? Big area of a breakout in SOS area. SOS area is just playing with us. It's coming back in here, but we're seeing that little push through. Look at that. We are stopping at the 0.9. I still don't want to enter here. I might enter just a little bit late. Why? Because I traded 4 hours. Still, I am going to be looking at 5 minutes. And just like Alex mentioned, here's the thing. Here's the thing. On Wyckoff, and let's go to the 4 hours so I can make a point in here. Let's go to 4 hours and let me make a point in here. Let's go farther back down. Maybe I even go to daily. All right, yeah, daily. Remember that we're talking about Wyckoff. I know it's a little bit cramped here because this is daily, but look at that. Calming down, little range, V-shaped recovery, 7% chances of ranging. Ranging we did and fall back down, right? Little range, V-shaped recovery, high, not higher. The previous range, 70% chances of ranging. Ranging we did and fall back down. Little range, V-shaped, you know the freaking story, all right? 1, 2, 3, and that was the charm. Because right here we broke it, we made one last stride, and finally we started the bull market here, right? Did we win slightly lower? Yes, slightly. This was just FTX being smashed by ZC, right? So that was a generated crash, all right? So what I want to tell you guys, it is the third one mostly always is the charm, right? 1, 2, the third one is a charm, and we should have not had this thing, and we should have started earlier. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna be fighting against history. All right. Now that we understand that, let's go to the 5 minutes in here once again. Look at that. Going down, right? We don't have the little range, but whatever. V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than the previous whatever range. Range 70% chances of ranging we did and we fall. Little range, V-shaped recovery, high, not higher than the previous range. What do you guys think we're gonna be having here? I mean, I just have drilled your brain with this over and over. 70% chance of ranging. I bet you ranging we will. All right. The point in here is that the third one is the charm, and we're just in the second one. So man, that's really hard. There's one caveat here, which is the one I believe Alex is looking for in a different analysis, which he went through this, which is this one not being a Wyckoff continuation. Why? How could we know that? Because this high will be breaking this area right here. If we see him breaking through and making a higher low, like he mentioned, this is gonna be converting to a non-Wyckoff, and we're gonna be looking at a trendline breakout. So after that, we have higher high, higher low. Man, what are you waiting for, right? Ride it all the way to our next resistance. So Alex, is that in the ballpark of what you explained?
Yes, I'm getting feedback on your mic.
No, sorry.
No worries.
Can you right click on my stream
Right
and
click
mute it?
and use your volume.
Not user volume,
Is
but
that the one?
on my charts, mute
No.
my charts.
What do I have to do?
On my chart, click on Discord on my chart, right click, and then mute it.
Okay.
Did that play out?
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, I muted the chart.
Nice. Perfect.
Fucking
All right.
Discord. Anyways, that's correct. That is correct. No, I mean right now, like I've taken a scalp long in here, 2 scalp longs already while you've been teaching. I mean, so it's we'll see if it does want to bounce from here, right? Right now it's like if it bounces, we could be looking for continuation, but it's coming from me. I didn't change anything. I haven't. OC is playing with his
Yeah, trying to figure out
check,
if it's coming
check,
from me.
check, check, check. Again? Are we okay?
One way, the voices in my head.
I'll be right back.
Oh man. Do we have echo still? Let me know if we have echo still.
Testing, testing. I'm back. Are we good? Echo.
I don't get the echo, my friend. I just don't. Is echo gone? Try
no,
again.
it's still echoing. They said. Mm-hmm.
Gone now. It says gone now.
On now? Are we good?
So it wasn't you. It was me.
We're good? It's always you, bro.
Oh man. I got your favorite shirt, the one that looks like I have no shirt. Look
It looks like you're naked.
I need
It
to.
looks like you're wearing a belly. You need to draw your nipples and your belly button.
Oh yeah, my friend. I still love this shirt though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're almost the same.
Maybe draw a six pack.
Oh
you know?
shit! I got it right here. Let me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna ruin this shirt. I love this shirt though. I know it looks naked, but I still love it.
You just gotta draw this. Like if this is your T-shirt here, right? You just gotta draw. You gotta draw this. You gotta an S curve like this, an S curve like this, and you gotta draw this on it. You look strong, bro. No, he's good. He's good.
All for you
I mean,
guys.
trading
Everything for you guys.
trading is fun, but you know, look. Okay, so I was able to long in here and get out here. I was also able to long in here and get out here. Okay, so 2 trades I can show you on my short-term time frames in here. So for me, it's like if this and that. I'm trying to find the runner, right? So what I would be looking for is this. This would be the bullish divergence. But if you look at here, like I mean, it's been easy for me to just kind of scalp this thing here. Here's my trading, right? So you got to have a plan, right? So bought the low, right? Bought the low, sold here. Okay, bought the low, sold here. Okay, as you can see, just scalping my way through here. Obviously, this takes a little bit of practice. You got to understand price action. Okay, but for me, like this is, I mean, this is my bread and butter. This is easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I just made like an easy $300, right? Like if we're looking at this, right? Last 2 trades, easy $300, right? So for me, short-term time trading is kind of what I do. And you know, I recognize the low coming in here, hitting our golden pocket, right? Price action gave me the idea that hey, we could be bouncing from here, so we get long in here, we take it up to here, right? Why are we closing the trade out there? Because we have mitigated the low in here, right? So this would be my target in here. Okay, so long in here, coming back up into here, developing a range here. We have an ascending triangle here. We put in some strong continuation here, looking for the continuation up to mitigate what? To mitigate the high up here, getting short in here. Okay, looking for this thing to come back down into here. And just this is kind of how I operate. So like if I'm looking for, that more lucrative trade, right? I'm definitely going to have to manage my risk along the way, right? And I think having that plan, taking profit early, letting the rest of it ride, all those kind of things, right, is very much how I look to trade, right? So now you have like the stiletto forming, right? So we want to see either chop down, okay, bullish divergence, continuation out at this key level, or I want to see a swing failure pattern, double bottom, or swing failure, bullish divergence, higher high, higher low, continuation out, right? It's just if this, then this, if this, then this. Always really trying to maximize price action. And what I can see, why do we get out here? Well, we can see we're exhausted here. And this is short-term time stuff, right? So you have to be very picky. You can't just be pressing buy, pressing sell. You have to have a plan all the time of how you want to execute your trades and the plans you're looking to take, right? And that's always knowing where your invalidation point is, right? It's nice to have, of course, we want to grab this and go all the way back up to the moon. And I would expect a V-shaped recovery here. When you roll over this aggressive, when you go up this aggressive, you typically come back down. Okay, so we have recovered in here. So I would expect just basic TA is a return back to this area of V-shaped recovery and consolidation above the point of control. Okay, like I said, I do not want to see price get acceptance back into these lows. Okay, lots of liquidity below us, but for me, it's patience. It's understanding we're overextended here. We're hitting take profits, right? TP1 hit, right? Can this continue down? Absolutely. But for me, we're in a bullish environment, right? So the trend is always going to be our friend until the end, right? The thing is I want to be very, look at this 4-hour dynamic reactor coming to play again, my friend, right? So you see we have the support here. OC FOMO'd in at the top. OC made money. Is OC going to FOMO in at the bottom? Maybe we will help him today. Say, hey, man, you might want to consider a long here. However, if we're looking at this, now that we've put in a significant high and a full retracement, typically looking to come back down to 95,000. That would be our retracement level. However, 382.5 bounce, very possible. Okay. So what have we done? We were talking about ABC correction. We were looking at this one first. However, we put in a higher high in here, suggesting we make a higher low now. Market structure, always market structure, right? Always that if this, then this, be prepared for the worst. So if we're going back to our tools, like I showed you guys on Monday, right? You go to your Dynamics Pro, right? You check on, we'll get rid of this. We'll add a new one here. We'll go to our market structure again. I'll keep pounding this home until you guys understand it. Internal swing, turn all these things on in here. Okay. Time frames is so important. Okay. Turn off your triangle thingy in here. Let's go into it and let's look. Okay. So what has happened, right? What has happened? We got rejected down here. Change of character. We are looking for correction. We are bullish on the way up. We are correcting. ABC correction is what we are looking for. ABC bull divs. Change of character on the way up right here. Okay, creating a higher high. Okay, mitigating this high up in here. And equal highs in here. Fibonacci golden pocket. Therefore, invalidating the rollover here for an ABC. And now we are looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what we would be looking for up into. And this next wave, the third wave in Elliott wave theory, which I'm not in Elliott wave theory. I just understand market structure, but this wave here is typically the longest, okay? And then we get the short one here. But this wave here is the one. This is the one we want to get on. This is the gravy train that we are looking for on the way up in here, okay? This is the one. Okay? So this could be our last, not saying it is, but this could be our last opportunity for a big, fat, juicy swing long. Okay? Now I'm giving you guys the FOMO. I can smell it. You know, I have my microphone has a scent thing, and I can smell the FOMO or the greed through the cryptoverse. Okay? Point of control, bounce. Okay, I can smell it. Oh man, Alex is saying we got to get long here, man. Oh, I'm
Let's
pressing
do
buy
it.
already. No. Don't you be doing it. What you be doing is you be making money by managing your risk, okay? Managing this part of your strategy. Not who gives a shit about this. Learn how to manage this. This will come. Okay, if you do this properly. Compounding your account. Your account should look like this. Small win, small win, small win, small win, small loss, big win, small win, small win, small win, small win, small loss, small loss, small loss, big win, small. It should look like that. It should not look like this. And it should not look like this. Okay? You want to have consistency. And if you do take a couple of losses, you can easily build that back up. Okay? Or you can be like OC and be like this because he buys the top.
Man, I still make a profit on the tops. I don't know what to say.
Exactly. So understanding this is important, right? Now, what would invalidate this, right? What would invalidate this? Could we break down here? Well, absolutely, right? So if we're making higher highs and higher lows, I would look for this low right here to hold. Right here. If this holds at 96,000, I remain very bullish. Okay? This is still considered a higher low in here. This would be equal lows now. Okay? However, this does look a little bit like it wants to roll. Okay? So cautious here. This could be our long zone. We just need to set our traps. How do we set our traps? Key areas of support and resistance alongside with key levels, right? Looking at all these levels, ideally I'm looking right here. 94.5. This low, golden pocket of the range, continuation out. This would be an aggressive bounce. This would be like a 382 bounce if we get that, right? So we go from swing low to swing high, which is an aggressive Fibonacci level. So you're looking at this from here to here, and you're looking at this 382 area, which is up here. So we've gone through it, but this would be, pushing back up off of there. We could get a candle close on a higher term time frame that looks a lot more bullish, right? If our wick is down below there and we bounce on our daily and we don't bearish engulf, like today, I would love to just see this close above 98.5. If we close above 98.5, this candle does not look as strong. It just looks like a V-shape rejection rather than a bearish engulfing candle, which then can bring us easily down into this area here, back within the range. And guess what? Then we're bored yet again. Okay, so cautious right now. I think Daga DT shared Kevin Svensson with his 50-day moving average double bottom, looking for that continuation out. And that is good. It looks very similar to the previous cycle. So I do like that 50-day moving average coming in and holding the lows, which is a beautiful, beautiful little similarity between previous cycles, right? And you can always just throw on a moving average. You'd have to go moving average. Okay, and you can add moving averages. There's tons of free indicators. You don't necessarily need to do that. You just need to understand that, hey, this double bottom has happened in previous bull runs where the moving average is coming up through there. And guess what? We pushed, we joggled around, and we were gone. Okay, gonzo. If you look at that back in 2021, you can see the same thing. Okay, so what a beautiful day. What a beautiful dump. I mean, I like a beautiful dump. For me, I got some dry powder. I might look to buy some more shit. Because it is all shit at the end of the day. Doesn't really have much use case, does it? So what are we here? We're here to make money, right? I don't know. Buy your tokens that you think have a good narrative. Virtual's looking good. I think you guys requested Sui. Okay. You guys know me. I rotated all of my Cardano into Sui at $1.60. That was my big rotation. Okay. And since then, I'm pretty happy with my rotation. I mean, 2x my money. So right now we're revisiting previous highs. Looking for a bounce here on Sui. Coming back down within this area. Let's see if we get it. Bullish narrative. Rip into the upside as per usual. Okay, looking for this to continue to hold and continue to rip. You want to see bottoming structure in here, higher highs, higher lows, and jump on the trend. Don't just buy right here. Wait for the trend to confirm and look for continuation on Sui. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been a fun one. OC is here tomorrow, so I'm going to get some popcorn tomorrow and then watch him, you guys.
Let's do it.
Because he's taking a week off after that. So
I need to make my vacation worth, right? So guys, also tomorrow, I know we're running out of time. Tomorrow I would love to talk about how to figure out what time frame is your best time frame, because I think Alex has a process very similar to mine, and I think yours might be also very similar. But the actual outcome of the answer for that same process was completely different, right? So we decided we were also in day jobs, we were also limited of time, and we decided to go complete different routes, right? I think that would be interesting and also worth pushing here as a class, so you know what works for you. Because not if you see me nailing, like 10% trades, 5% trades, so on and so forth, but it takes me like a week, right? And then also you see Alex taking 2% trades, 3% trades, right? But it takes them like an evening. Well, then that is a different style. And you don't need to be good at everything. You just need to know what you're good at and follow your money trail. Other than that, I think that will be a great topic for tomorrow class. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Alex, thank you so much for covering me, and thank you so much for being here around. I mean, I can tell you absolutely that Charter Prime classes has become much more fun, much more good, educative, and much more awesome with you around, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Guys,
thanks, bro.
and as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Later.